So guys, I've decided to create this video because there is quite a lot of confusion about AI and how it can actually fit in the entire stack of Angular and backend and whatnot. There are so many models. I'm doing some of those sessions when I teach you like the basics of, and not only basics, of course, but like I'm creating this path of like getting into using AI in your daily work. So I've vibe coded this project here to showcase some of the ideas. Um, so here we have the fitness classes app where we have the fitness classes. I can sign up for them, blah, 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 but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't have a sign up button now. It's just an information you can hover over and then see things, who's the instructor, what's the schedule, is it available, what level, some tags, pricing, text, and so on. In order for this to work, I need to also have the backend API, and the backend API is right here. I'm gonna show you the code just in a second, but for now, I want you to understand the context, the business context behind it. So, technically speaking, we have this app, and now comes a business and says, you know what, the data model behind the fitness class is quite big already. I mean, it has a lot of information, and people like not used to scrolling, and they actually would like to like they are confused and they don't know what to choose, which class to choose, which class is for them, and what is like they spend a lot of time and most likely just quit, and they have a very low booking rate. So since we are in the AI context, one way, so the old way of doing this would be to add a bunch of filters, maybe here or maybe on the left, where we have like, we can filter by the instructor, by the level, no, by all those properties of this model. And by the way, the actual backend team already did that, so we can provide like properties of the model, which are working like a filters, and then you can filter the result. You see, but we've been there, we've done that many times as a front-end developers to integrate that with the filtering API, but we know that it rarely helps with the whole situation because then, of course, it's more usable than now because I can pre-filter the stuff, but it also requires that I know what are the filters, right? So I need to know about the location, duration, schedule, and it's pretty much like you make me think as a user for many things before I can narrow down to the classes that are interested to me. So this approach is not really usable. I mean, it's better, but it's not perfect. So me as a front-end developer, I was in a planning session with our product manager, and I recommended another approach. I recommended, why don't we provide a text field or maybe a voice input where user can like explain better about what he wants, or maybe we can use user profile in order to pre-filter that for them. I mean, of course, it can be super transparent with maybe even the pre-filtering criteria on a side. But the point is like instead of making user select what he wants to do, maybe he can write an explanation of what he's interested in. And that natural text will be used in order to filter these results. So this is the future like implementation idea, and the product owner actually absolutely loved it. No one thought it's possible, and the backend said, "Yeah, but we don't want to implement any sophisticated stuff because we don't want to be doing like semantic search because then we'd have to put like things like." Uh, you know, all kinds of technologies to index those classes and so on. It could be Elasticsearch, for example, or maybe even, God forbid, go into like proper semantic search. Because what I just described is a keyword search, really. Elasticsearch is really good for this, but then maybe like a semantic, because what if someone a typo, or maybe makes a mistake, or maybe doesn't explain the actual yoga or HITT. Maybe they write Tabata, which is very close to high intensity interval training. So we would like to be able to go more like natural language without any constraints and map that into the filters that we already have. This is the idea of the feature. So we could do it mostly on the front end. I will show you how to utilize AI in order to do it. And then, so instead of like asking backend guys to, there'll probably be some backend involved, but generally like very minimal without all the, vector databases and all the, machinery behind making rack systems and so on, because they can become pretty advanced pretty soon, and then you end up, gluing pieces together and have average results. And hopefully, I can show you some tricks how to use proper prompting techniques in order to get what we want. So this is a prototype that no one believes that this can be done in my team, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it and implement it pretty quickly and see if I can push this whole app forward and create more value for the users. So let's see.